What's going on? Hope y'all having a good day so far. Hopefully everything's going good for you. Um, my name's Adam Washington, and I'm in my apartment right now, just getting ready to start my classes for my MBA today. Um, yeah, it's going to be a good day, and there's definitely some things on my mind, from experiences in the past 10 years of my life. Really 5 years, not really 10 years of, going through COVID, going through uh, rehab. I've been in jail, got out. I was only there for 4 days. I wasn't there for like anything serious, just speeding and having weed in my car. And just just simple stuff like that. And they all got dropped because they all got dropped. But so I wanted to talk about the subject of getting out of poverty because I feel like there is a curiosity I've been sitting on for um, that subject for a while about what leads to it, what causes it, and what mental state you should be in when you are somebody that's trying to climb out of that hole that you feel like you can't get out of. And, I think that we as people get caught up in thinking that the hardest things or the things that we're impatient to see done are out of or that are out of that we feel like are out of reach for us, that we can't take the extra step to to build back that life or build the life that you want for yourself. It's easy to think that it's impossible to dig deep enough to within yourself to um, create a better reality for yourself. And I want to break that because we're all human. Of course, life happens. Of course, situations occur, and we get lost in this concept of thinking that money is going to solve the problem, or borrowing and stealing, crime, things like that is going to solve the problem, when it's just going to make the hole deeper. And really what we don't come to the conclusion of is that there are better ways to see life rather than the black and white way of thinking like I gotta work, or I gotta work this amount of hours, or I gotta do this hard thing to get this thing that I want. But because it's too hard, I gotta take a shortcut to get it, or I gotta find somebody that I can manipulate to get this thing that I want, you know? And there's some people on the other side who felt the pain of being taken advantage of or being manipulated by somebody for doing just what they are doing, because they are successful, because they are somebody that is doing what they're called to do, and somebody's judging them for it, or is making them feel bad for doing what they're passionate about. And there's so many ways you could look at the situation in America right now, the situation in Louisiana, and just a whole bunch of situations that's happening outside of that's happening in the world right now, and just problems in general that need to be solved. And there is there's time. We got time, to talk. We got time to work. We got time to think. Wherever you are, you have time to do something to advance yourself in the moment. But if you ever feel like you're taking this, like you're someone that takes one step forward or two steps back, or you're somebody that feels like you take opportunities for granted, like me, like I feel like I took a lot of chances for granted before in my life. Times where I had a lot of money and I lost it, or times that I've had to reinvent myself literally because I felt as if I wasn't enough. And, you know, I just came here to just say that it's okay. Like, life is okay if you don't have it all figured out right now. I'm only 23 right now, and I don't have everything that I want. I don't have everything that I pictured my life being like. Everything doesn't look exactly how I want it to look like right now. There's bigger goals that I have. There's things I want to write. There's things that I want to do. There's people I want to meet. There's places I want to go that I haven't been to before. And and problems that I have that I can't solve. That not that I can't solve, but that are out of my control for the most part. And I have to adapt to it. And that's pretty much been like how my life has been. I moved so many times growing up, and I've had so many times I've had to switch up or code switch just because I was working in a different place, or I was offered a new opportunity and I had to switch up my way of being or my way of acting just to do well at my job or wherever I was doing. And it's okay. You know, we all solve our own situations at different times and at different points and in different ways. And, you know, if you love what you do and if you love the process, you're always eventually going to see the end result of that thing that you've been working towards inevitably. And it's really just a matter of consistency. Consistency is something that you want to have right at the foundation of whatever endeavor that you are starting on right now. Consistency is that foundation that you want to stand on when you are on the way to a better future for yourself. Because, like any type of infrastructure, the foundation is the most important thing. And in that infrastructure, you want to have good flooring, you want to have stable walls, you want to have stability in that infrastructure. So when you're standing on something when you're standing on a point, or you're standing on a word, or you're standing on a principle or a goal that you say you're going to achieve, that becomes your foundation. Your foundation should be that thing that does not move whenever storms come or whenever something comes towards you that you don't expect. And that could be anything, literally, at any point. And that could lead to fear. That could lead to some sort of fear and hesitation towards acting out what it is that you want. But that's when you gotta weigh the risk and reward of whatever it is, you know, the give and take of everything. Because everything needs a balance. And for me, finding that balance is that journey for me. That balance of right and wrong, that balance of being lazy and not being lazy, putting in the work and then not putting in the work, because some things are really worth trying to change for the better if you're willing to do it. But That just depends on all your work ethic and your willingness to do it. Now, I don't want to talk too long. This is just some of my morning thoughts. But, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, you might be a lot closer to your goals and achieving them than you think, but you can't quit. You can't be somebody that wants something grand and then be hesitant when a storm comes and something shifts. That just means that you got to fix whatever was broken, and you got to go and handle that. That just is part of life. Life is about change. Life is about updating the things that need to be updated and making those changes as necessary when they need to be made. So don't be upset at yourself for being behind, because you're never as far behind as you think. Just keep trying, keep going after it, whatever it is that you want. And eventually you'll see the end result of that become something so special that it'll just be greater than what you expected. Just keep going, keep investing, keep grinding, and yeah, watch the light shine in your life. Peace.